Let's get right into it. When we hear food waste, we probably think about that salad we forgot in the back of the fridge. But what if I told you it's a much, much bigger story? A massive global crisis that's pretty much hiding in plain sight.
And this right here, this quote from the Asia-Pacific Association of Agricultural Research Institutions, or APARI, it just hits you. They're calling it a silent famine. That's not just about wasted food. That's about survival, stability, and our planet's future. The stakes are incredibly high.
And just to wrap your head around the scale of this, get this number. 50%, half of all the food that's lost or wasted on the entire planet comes from the Asia-Pacific region. That is just staggering.
So you have to ask, how is that even possible? Well, that question takes us right into this huge, kind of mind-bending paradox at the heart of the world's breadbasket.
Okay, so check this out. The Asia-Pacific is an absolute powerhouse. It's home to most of the world's people, and it grows a massive amount of our food. And yet, something like a third of all the food they produce just vanishes. It's lost or wasted before it can be eaten. And the real tragedy? This is all happening while millions of people in that very same region are going hungry. It's a disconnect on an epic scale.
But here's the good news. Faced with a crisis this big, a real coordinated response is starting to take shape. Let's look at how one group is stepping up to tackle this thing head-on.
So meet the FLAW COPE. That stands for the Community of Practice on Food Loss and Waste. And no, it's not some stuffy committee. Think of it more like a regional nerve center, created by APARI to bring all the key players, the scientists, the business leaders, the policymakers, all to one table to solve this exact problem.
And they're not messing around. Their goals are huge. It's about getting people talking, sure, but it's also about sharing what actually works, finding the holes in our current systems, and building strong partnerships. And what's really key here is their focus on helping the smallholder farmers, who are the backbone of the system, and making sure every single solution is good for the climate.
Now, when you get all these smart people working together, something incredible starts to happen. They began to look at the whole problem differently. They started this journey to find the hidden value in the stuff we just throw away.
Just look at this one example they tackled: livestock. The region has about 1.5 billion farm animals. And look at that second bar. Together, they produce over 18 billion tons of waste every single year. That's a gigantic environmental problem.
But this is where it gets really clever. They didn't see a problem. They saw an opportunity. Solutions like biogas digesters can grab the methane from that waste, which is a super potent greenhouse gas, and turn it into clean energy. Or composting can turn it into amazing fertilizer to build up healthy soil. These aren't just pipe dreams. These are real, scalable solutions that turn a huge liability into a valuable asset.
And that same thinking is being applied across the entire food system. We're talking about all kinds of cool innovations, from smart sensors that track food to stop it from spoiling, to new biodegradable packaging, to affordable cold storage, and even AI tools that give farmers better advice. The idea is to hit waste at every single weak point in the chain.
But here's a really important insight they had. Tech is awesome, but it can't do it all. Social innovation is just as crucial. Take this My Save Food program in Malaysia. It got communities and volunteers engaged on a huge scale to save food during Ramadan. It proves that you absolutely need people, and you need to change behaviors for any of this to truly work.
So when you put it all together, the tech, the community action, you get to this massive aha moment. It's a total paradigm shift, a completely new way of looking at food and waste.
And this quote just nails it. Food loss and waste is misplaced value, not waste. Let that sink in for a second. It's not garbage. It's value that's just in the wrong place. That simple idea changes, well, everything.
It means we have to ditch our old, broken model, the take, make, dispose system we've been using for centuries. And this slide shows the alternative, a circular system. The goal here is to design waste out from the start, keep all those valuable materials cycling through the economy, and actually help regenerate nature instead of destroying it.
And this isn't just theory, okay? This is real stuff. Look at these examples. Leftover crop stalks can become bioplastics. Waste from fruit can be turned into valuable health supplements. Even seafood scraps can become a source of collagen. This is what turning waste into wealth actually looks like in practice.
Okay, so a big, inspiring vision is great. But how do you actually do it? How do you make it happen across a region that massive and diverse? Well, you need a plan, a real actionable roadmap. And here it is. The COP built a strategy on 4 solid pillars. You start with policy, getting governments on board to set real targets. Then you bring in the technology, scaling up the solutions that we already know work. You have to build markets, helping new businesses that are based on these circular ideas to get off the ground. And all of it is supported by that crucial 4th pillar, behavior, getting the public educated and aware.
And they've mapped out the whole journey. It's not about trying to do everything at once. Phase 1, the first couple of years, is all about gathering knowledge and trying out small projects. Phase 2 is where you start to scale up what works and get it written into policy. And the long-term goal, 5 years out and beyond, is to make these circular systems the new normal. It's a smart, step-by-step plan.
So how do you know if you're actually winning? You measure it. But not just anything. You measure what really matters. Things like, how much have we actually reduced waste? How much more food is getting to people who need it? Are greenhouse gas emissions going down? Are new circular businesses thriving? This keeps everyone focused on real, tangible results.
And you know, it's so important to remember that behind all this data and all these big plans, there are real people driving this forward. This incredible regional effort is being led by passionate experts like Project Associate Dr. Deepika Trivedi, who are doing the hard work of turning this vision into reality, all under the leadership of APAR.
Which brings us to this final thought. If all this work shows us that waste isn't some law of nature, but really just a failure of imagination, well, that kind of puts the ball back in our court, doesn't it? It challenges every one of us to ask, how can we start to reimagine our own food system?